To be or not to be. There is no choice. There is only being. In other words, there's only this: light. Now, this light can appear as separation. This empty energy can appear as a seeker. It can appear as a questioner. It can appear as, I'm not there yet. Nonetheless, it's the beloved, what we call the beloved. This no thing, everything, all that is, the absolute. These are just words. Words we try to encapsulate the wordless. But it's really about the energy. And that's why I say there's only being. There's not even a choice for you to be or not to be. There is just being. But when we live in duality, we have the gain in perception that there is two. Other. Me and the beloved. Me and God. Me and the universe. Me and my higher self. And then we have this relationship with the universe. And it's almost like a parent-child relationship. But there is no relationship in the universe. How does oneness have a relationship? Truly, how does no thing have a relationship? It can only have a relationship in dream. A parent dream where there is another, apparently. It seems like there's another, but that's the mirage, that's the illusion. There is only being, and there's no choice for that. Because what's appearing is the beloved appearing, say, as a seeker. The beloved appearing as a dog, the beloved appearing as a baby being born. The beloved appearing as a spiritual guru, whatever it is, it's all the beloved appearing as these different roles. This is a play. But behind the mask, behind the curtain, there's nothing there. There's nothing operating this. It's just energy. It's just boundless, beautiful, infinite energy appearing as shapes, sounds, form, words, thoughts. All of these things, it's no thing appearing as that. No thing appearing as a thought. No thing appearing as an emotion. It's everything and no thing simultaneously, And when we're on the spiritual path, quote unquote, we try to formulate ourselves to feel a certain way and to think a certain way. But that's quite literally like an evergreen tree trying to turn itself into a palm tree. It just doesn't make sense. Life is very organic. It's very natural. It's very intuitive and spontaneous. It's only the human who believes they are separate and they live by this self-image, which isn't real. But again, that too is the beloved appearing as that. I don't know who I am, so I'm going to go on a journey and find out who I am. It's just a game. There's nothing right or wrong to that. So what I'm pointing out here is there's no right or wrong to anything. Whether you're a seeker, whether you feel you're fully awake, whatever that means, whether you're fully asleep, whatever that means, eating Cheetos and watching Netflix, there's literally no difference. Oh, if you ask your mind and conditioning, there'll be a difference, but from this perspective, there is no difference because there's only unity or oneness. So how can there be a difference? Difference implies other or two. And I know this cannot be understood with the mind. This is a very intuitive message, if you will, if you want to call it that. It's just something that resonates. It's just something that resonates. But you see, all of this is the beloved. All of it. You can't step out of it. You can only step out of the beloved in dream or in imagination. And even then, you're just imagining you're not there while you're there. It's really funny. It's not funny, though, when you're in the seeking energy looking for this. Yeah? And that seeking energy drops naturally, quite literally, like when a bud opens into a blossom. It just happens spontaneously and on no one's time, which is very frustrating for the seeker because we're told you can wake yourself up. That's not what happens. What happens is the you who feels separate dissolves, if you will. It wasn't ever actually really there, but it dissolves and you're left with this. Just this. And you actually see life for the first time, if you will. And these are just words, but you just don't have the projection labeling the tree, labeling the person in front of you. You're not categorizing. There's not this net, this web that you place in front of the isness anymore when there's no me, because the me's always categorizing. And again, it's not wrong to be a me, because the beloved is the me. This is just all a beautiful game. But what we're talking about here is the me energy feels it's imprisoned, and it believes it can get itself out of the prison, but it doesn't realize that it is the prison bars itself. And so what happens is just that contraction dissolves, and there's just this, because you were always here. The beloved was always here. Isness, the being, pure beingness, whatever we want to label this, it's always here. However, wisps of smoke, called the me, right? It turns on and off, if you will, in this. And we just identify with that. We identify with that contracted energy. And it's by no one's fault. It's like a reflex. And that identification falls away naturally. And just us talking about this can loosen that grip of I am a separate person on a journey. I am separate from Anna. I am separate from the whole. This whole energy can start to relax by just us talking about this. None of this has any meaning. None of it. What's going on in your apparent day says nothing about who you are or where you are. It's just what's happening. It's just what's appearing, kind of like the next scene of a movie, you know? And when the me is dissolved or is dissolving, there's not this powerful dislike and like that polarity swing neutralizes into just this. You're not for or against anything, right? You're not like for war or hatred. It's just like this neutrality. Everything that's appearing is unconditional love. It is the beloved appearing. And you don't have to like it. No one's saying you have to like anything. This isn't a suggestion for you to change your experience or even saying you can change your experience. All I'm pointing out is there's only the beloved. There's only beingness. And it's not an action step. There's no steps to this. You don't have to prove your worthiness to this. Because this doesn't even see unworthiness. All it sees is itself, which is unconditional love, in all of these shapes and forms and appearances. There has never been a separate self. That's the illusion, that's the mirage, and that mirage ends spontaneously. We've been conditioned to prove ourselves. Conditioned to become more. Look at me, I'm worthy now to come in. I'm a good boy, I'm a good girl. This isn't church. This isn't religion. This is what is. And what is says, come as you are. Come as you are. Why do you think you need a change? Did you hear that somewhere? This is what we call the beloved or heaven. It doesn't have a preference. There is no difference between a sinner or a saint. There is no difference between someone who is eating Doritos all day and watching Netflix and someone who is praying all day and doing mantras to the beloved. It is the same. It is equanimous. There is no difference. Because everything is that. Everything. It's not exclusive in the sense of specialness of you check off these marks, you fix yourself in this way, and then come on into the kingdom. It doesn't work like that. There's no work to be done. Who would do it? This is all the kingdom. This is all heaven. This is the beloved, and it says, come as you are. Come as you are, or don't. That's freedom. That's unconditional love. If it just allows all naturally. Come as you are. Okay, sure, all right. Yeah, awesome. Oh, okay. No, fuck that. No, I'm not worthy enough. I gotta work harder. You see, look, everyone else is working hard. I'm gonna keep doing that. Okay. That's freedom. That's unconditional love, is open-handed. All is that. All is equal. That's unconditional love. Human love is, if you act this way, you see this list? Yeah, if you follow this list, you're in the group. You're totally in heaven. This isn't church. This isn't religion. This is unconditional love. Come as you are. And so there's no steps to wholeness, because everywhere you go is wholeness. Is that. But if you think you're going to have some wild trippy experience or some feeling all the time, it's still control. Every feeling, every thought, everything that's appearing is that, yeah? You know, sometimes there's joy and sadness in the same space, and you're like, whoa, what is that? Because you're everything and no thing. Excitement, exhilaration, and joy next to some frustration and sadness. Have you felt that melting? It's everything and no thing. Everything is that. So to just say it's this list of emotions and this list of thoughts, we're going into religion. We're going into organization. We're going into an institution. We're going into control. There's no you to control. There's only the beloved. Appearing as choices, decisions, forks in the road. But that's the game. That's the game. It's a mirage. There's no fork in the road. There is no road, but there is my chicken drinking my water right now, which I will not drink after. That's occurring, and that's the beloved. You stinker. You stinker. I always tell my little one, sharing is caring. Caring is love, so there you go. Beautiful. So in short, you are where you are, and you are where you are. And you are everything and nothing. Stop defining yourself, or don't, whatever, by your name tag. And actually, you can't stop that. You'll keep identifying with the name tag until it stops. But the identification with the name tag brings on the myriad of choices, free will, I have control, I'm going to work really hard. You're not your name tag. But even if identification arises with the name tag, there's nothing wrong with that. That is the beloved identifying with the name tag. Choicelessly. Ooh. Oh, cute little wood bee just came by and just dug a little hole right there into the tree. It's just magnificent. So magnificent. And so why would you even want to end that experience? You know, it's like, oh, get rid of the meat. Die already, die. It's all the beloved. It's all that. So it's futile. It ends when it ends. That's all, folks. You're that which you seek. But you are not an object. But you appear as objects, seemingly. All the love. Namaste. You say hello? Adios.